Salim sir, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the mental health webinar series by the Deccan Positive Mental Health. And today we are going to see the topic called emotional hijacking. Today's topic session number is 20. The resource person is Mr. Sunanda Ravi, counseling psychologist. I would like to give you some introduction about today's resource person. She is the founder and director of Manasa Sukara Mind Care Center, Hyderabad. She is certified positive psychologist from Pennsylvania University, USA. She is doing counseling to post-trauma care for patients at the Ravi Ortho Care Center, Hyderabad, for the past 15 years. She is right now student counselor at Priyanka College, Hyderabad. She has given 45 plus speeches in webinars, seminars, conducting workshop, TV interview, and has taken training programs in various forums. She is certified mindfulness master practitioner. Her area of interest are positive psychology, art therapy, eco-psychology, and ecotherapy. She is a certified Ayush Yoga trainer by Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. She has been coordinated more than 200 workshop training programs online and offline. She has been associated with a lot of associations like TPA, TNCCA, TNCPA, and ICCPP. She got so many awards, particularly milestone award is Best Mindfulness Award for 2020 from Red Pond Educational Psychological Research Center, Madurai. And one more award is Inspiring Women Psychologist Award for 2020 from Telangana Psychologists Association, Hyderabad. With this kind note, I would like to hand over the session to today's resource person and the founder of the Deccan Positive Mental Health, Mr. Sunanda Ravi. Ma'am, over to you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for warm welcome. Thank you, Mangai. Yeah, welcome, friends. Today's topic is what is emotional hijacking? Can anyone know what is emotional hijacking? Please share. Any
That
idea?
means some external factors which is hijacking our emotionals. That means external person or external trauma something.
Yes, sir. True. Very good.
I
Or
think
Yes.
we try to manipulate the other persons by making use of our feelings or something like emotions.
Exactly, sir. Yeah. Others?
Ma'am, it's more like in a layman term, people say don't do emotional blackmailing or trapping somebody in your emotions for our benefit.
True, ma'am. True.
And ma'am, also taking the emotional and playing with someone's emotions, and first attaching that person with the emotion and playing and then blackmailing that particular person emotionally.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Any other inputs? Yeah, friends, we can jump into emotional hijack. What is emotional hijack? It is otherwise called amygdala hijack or limbic hijack that we are going to see now. Yeah, what is amygdala hijack? It's just a response whenever we are getting from outside, just how we are reacting to their acting or emotions. We can call it as emotional processing center. Amygdala is called emotional processing center. Then when we are giving input, how we are reacting. In the meantime, we can react or we can respond. It's up to our choice. It will affect our workplace, even in family life also. Then even for our mental health, emotional, social health, it's more important, emotional intelligence, that we are going to see now. Yeah, in day-to-day stress and how amygdala hijacks. Usually what we will tell, somebody's provoked me, that's why I reacted in that way. In that way, we will explain what happened in that situation. But that is not true. we are the responsible for our emotions. We are only responsible. So whenever any outcome, stress or emotions we are intaking, just you take some time, and after that we can respond to that situation. For that, EQ building is more important. Then in a pandemic also, Corona, I can give example of second wave. That time, very terrific. We won't go out. We cover up, even at home also we cover up face with mask, and we cannot interact even with our loved ones also. We stay away from that time. How that time we emotionally hijacked, or how we suffered, that everyone knows. The neuroscience behind the emotional hijacking, when output we are giving through our spinal cord or our sensory organizations, how we are reacting. First, we are giving to input to thalamus. From the thalamus, we are giving directly to the amygdala or irrational and emotional input. At the same time, other side, our inputs are giving to neocortex, that is thinking brain. Otherwise, we can call it as rational brain. We are giving input to that. When we slowly respond, our thinking brain will be activated. When immediately we are jumping into harsh languages or fighting, hitting, that time amygdala will be activated. When we are doing a long time meditation or any breath control, that time amygdala will be come down. That we have to take care. Then amygdala triggers HPA, that is hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. When we triggered, immediately amygdala hijacks happen. It overtake rational brain, thinking brain. Then we immediately jump into the action. It will take time, only milliseconds, to react in this way. In thinking rationally, we can filter, or we can judge our activities or emotions. Then we will jump into the decision making. How I can respond, how I can react to that situation. The same way, when we are not thinking, or when we are not reasoning, our brain will be into flight or fight. Stress hormones will be activated. Our cortisol, adrenal will be activated. Even sometimes we tell that freeze mode. That also will happen. It only few seconds only it will take. Then we all know, as a psychologist, Daniel Coleman is father of emotional intelligence. He first coined amygdala hijack. Then what are the internal functions? When we trigger our body, fight or flight mode, when we see tiger or snake rattling in the bush, when we hear leaves, what will happen? Just we will jump into the action.
ஆரியாஷா நமது பால் கடன் ஒன்று இருக்கு பாருங்க, நல்லா இருக்கும்.
Yeah, friends, I can hear somebody's voice. Just mute yourself. Yeah, thank you. Just we will jump into the action. We'll run away from that site, or we'll fight, and we will win that situation. We will trigger our chemical reactions inside our brain. Just when we get fear, just we'll run away, or when we activate our chemicals in a positive motions, just we will fight and we'll win that situation. Then how to balance our thinking brain and irrational brain, how to balance that this image shows to us. Then what are the pathways? When we are getting stimulus from outside, what are the pathways? When we held up in short route, amygdala will be activated, our emotional processing will be downgraded. That time emotional hijack will happen. Otherwise, when we think, when we respond slowly, each and every time when we have any difficult situation, just analyze yourself whether I have to react or respond, and what opposite person is telling or conveying to me. Just you yourself recognize, and afterwards you can respond to them. Then another thing is situation, attention, appraisal, response. Each and every situation we can make a emotional log or emotional diary. Whenever even workplace also, I can say that when we had any conversation, rough patch with our colleague or our even home also partners, I can say make a emotional log. What happened, why you reacted, then what are the post emotion conditions, that you can make a log or diary making, emotional diary making you can make, so that emotional relearning we can do by seeing that next time I should not respond in that way, or I can improve my feelings and emotions. We can make a note. Then in recent research on 2016, amygdala and the prefrontal cortex, how our emotions are high and blood oxygen flow. When we are in a troublesome situation, how my bodily changes, I can feel that. When any situation or any person I don't like, immediately goosebumps will come or my heartbeat will increase. I can feel the sweatings, even palms also will sweat. That I have to analyze myself. So I am not in a good mood or good situation. So just you can avoid that. In that way, we can feel ourselves. Then these are the just now I explained what are the amygdala hijack symptoms or situations. You can analyze yourself. Then these are the triggering factors. It may be a physical or emotional bodily changes. We can have a mind-body coordination. Then how the blood flow, that time, how it's rushing to your body, or you are regulating your blood circulation. You just analyze yourself. Then what are the chemical and brain electrical reactions will be inside, will happen, that by upcoming pictures we can know. That time I can respond, or just freeze mode I have to activate. You have to analyze according to your past experience or environment. According to that, you can analyze yourself. Then how we can control. These are the amygdala hijacking mechanism inside our brain. How it thalamus, from thalamus to how it will giving signals to other neocortex or prefrontal cortex, how the signals are coordinating. According to that, our chemical reactions will be there, and even our emotions will be controlled. Then by seeing indicators, emotion intensity. When I blast, even I can give an example of joyous moment also. When we see in Tamil or even Hindi movie also, by seeing Johnny Liver, just I will jump into a, I explode, laugh or smile. That is also a emotional hijacking. Just I exploded, smile, laughter situation. Then positive emotions also, sometimes we can say emotional hijacking. Even when we see we held up in a traffic congestion, how each one interact. They will blast into each other, or when I cross a road or some crowded area, just they will hit and they will fight. That time amygdala hijacking will happen. After that, they will feel bad about that, why I reacted or why I responded in that way. I don't know that situation I responded. That way they will talk each other, or they will convey to us what happened in that situation. It will be normal in a workplace. Emotional hijack is important when the co-colleagues or even staff, teachers, other staff, just they will jump into the fighting mode. After that, they'll realize why I reacted in that way. I have to respond. Just I have to control myself. In that way, we'll talk sometimes. After that situation, we realize what happened or why it happened. I don't know. I reacted very badly in that day. In that way, we'll discuss in staff room or workplace lunch hour. We can discuss. When it shows more intensity, our emotions will be burst. We'll jump into the fight or flight mode. Why it's happening? For long-term meditators, when we do meditation, we can reduce our amygdala activation. Our negative emotions will be calmed down. What are the negative emotions? How they are triggering our brain chemicals. These are some of the examples for negative emotions. Even we can say some negative emotions. When I feel some persons or some feelings, just even more sweating or crowded area, we feel something shabby, something you may not appreciate that moment. You immediately, your emotions, negative emotions will be triggered. Even very bustling sound, or yeah, we can see in bus stops or railway stations. Just you observe after this session, you can observe wherever people are usually what we'll say behavioral scientist means in a mob or crowd, just observe other person's behavior, how they are responding or how they are reacting in crowded area. As a psychologist, we can observe other people's behavior. We cannot observe in home or when we are standing alone. In a crowded area, we have a vast look, like a eagle view. Just you can observe how they are responding in crowded area. What are the reactions, we can know. Then I just already mentioned in the workplace, it usually occurs. They fight each other. Afterwards, they say sorry. I don't know why it happened, what happened to that time or that situation. I responded very badly. Afterwards, they will say sorry to each other. Even kids also nowadays, they show emotional outburst. That time we can teach why you are doing in that way. We cannot teach them. Just by our actions, they will pick up how mama is doing. The same way you can also express your emotions, make a plan. We, the parents, can teach them. So we have to make a chart for kids, emotional chart or emotional plans. According to that, make a tick or make a column where they are improving, or which area we have to improve our kids. That plan we can make, and according to that, we can do. Wherever they need help or they need experts help, we can go to pediatrician or clinical psychologist, counselor. We can take a help for aggressive behaviors. Then these are the models of cerebral cortex and limbic. When I keep like my fingers like this, this spinal cord, then this area will be a brainstem, then limbic region, how it will be functioning inside my skull or inside my head. It represents like a finger, just a fist like a structure. Inside our brain, amygdala will be there, pair of amygdala, both the hemispheres, amygdala will be there, like a almond shaped region. Then ways to control of emotional hijacking. When we do continuously meditation 8 weeks, we can control our emotions. We can channelize ourselves. That when we do meditation, that time only we can feel that how much I calm down, how much I suppressed my amygdala, that I can know. When I take class or when I give speech, others cannot feel. Just go through. You can have a track, goal track or self-regulation track. Make a list. From today onwards, make a list till October 1st, then till November last week, you can make a list. Then wherever you are triggering your emotions, make a list. What are the reasons? How you feel? Then what are the patterns? How you feel today? Then what about your emotions are triggered? Then why it happened? Make a emotions list. Then whether you are responding to it or you can name it and tame it. We can call it as name it, tame it. Make a list one by one. Make a list, and according to that, wherever you need a change, we can make. According to that, we can make a change. Then 8 hours sleep. When we won't get sleep, also good sleep, sound sleep. That time also we'll be in a bad mood. Then some food, when I eat junk food or high oily food, that time also my brain will be very fatigue or lethargic. That we can avoid. Take a fresh vegetables and eat plenty of fruits, vegetables, green leaf. It will activate our brain functions. Avoid sugar, white sugar, then maida, high carbohydrate foods we can avoid. Then some Sudoku, puzzle games, then word games. We can improve our brain power. Then even chess also good for our brain training. We can teach from 7 years onwards. We can teach our kids also. Nowadays, lot of chess game training centers are happening after corona. Even online classes also mushrooming lot. In that we can engage our kids, so their brain activity will be more, their concentration and memory power will be more. Then breathing pattern, I can say different type of breathings. Square breathing. When I say square breathing, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, then hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4 counts. Then breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Again hold 1, 2, 3, 4. In that way, square breathing we can practice. Then another pattern is 4, 7, 8. I can take breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7 count. 1, 2. Just hold like this till 7 counts. Hold 7. Breathe for 7 counts. Then breathe out very slowly till count 8. Very slowly you can breathe out. In that way we can slow our process. When we are anxiety, fear, then aggression, we can practice this. even when cooking also, sometimes we feel very stressed when relatives are coming. Nowadays, festival time is, we are celebrating a lot of festivals. That time also we feel very tiresome and stress. That time give plenty of oxygen to your brain. Use different techniques of breathing exercise so that you'll giving more oxygen to your brain. Then next is make a list. Is it good emotion or negative emotions? Make a list. Positive emotion, negative emotion. That I will explain in upcoming slides. Then 6-second pause. When I hold for 6 seconds, I can cut down amygdala hijack. This is secret. When we are triggering our emotions negatively, that time just hold. I already explained mindful breathing and square breathing, then anxiety breathing. Now 6-second pause. That time I can say 6 friends' name, my close friends' name, naming the friends, 6 names you can name, or in max some formulas will be there. You can recollect 6 formulas, or favorite food items you can recollect. I can say my favorite food is pani puri, then ragada, idli sambar. In that way you can name 6, then 3 more. What is that? Curd rice. Then nowadays Navaratri, so I can fond of sundal, multigrain sundals. In that way, you can name 6 food items, favorite items. You can name. Then you just you are moving from that difficult situation. So 6-second pause. Make a 6-second pause. We can reduce our amygdala hijacking. Then whenever you are not comfortable in that situation, stop, take a breath, observe what is our inside process is going on. Take a breath, then trigger how it happened, just what you are thinking or feeling, what's your action at that time. Make a note, then accept as it is, then label that feeling. Whatever your feelings, just you can name it. I am anxious, or I am very sad, I am angry. In that way, you can name it. Then these are the emotions are temporary. It's not a permanent one. It's temporary. Just it will, you can use it, let it go or move on policy. Just move from that situation to just jump into another situation. After that, you can investigate what are the things happened from step 1 to 6th step. You can analyze one by one. You can analyze. Then next time you can respond according to that in a positive emotions. In this way, you can make an emotional log or emotional diary. Then usually as a psychologist, we have to make thinking, feeling, actions process. How it, even when counseling also, when a client entered, just you can observe first counseling day 1, how they reacted or responded. From that, when you're doing 4-5 sessions afterwards, how their response, that you can make a note. To improve our emotional intelligence, we have to know our self-awareness, self-management, self-regulations, then self-care methods. We have to know what are that, how I can implement in my life as well as for clients. We have to learn. Then social skill also important. When we are going workplace or school, even for our own self also, social skill is more important, that we can learn or relearn ourselves. green and red thoughts, make a green thoughts, whether it will be fruitful to me, what are the logical thinking, problem solving, then what are the reasonings. Then you can make a listening, empathy, gratitude. You can make a note. Different positive emotions are there that you can list out in green chart. In red chart, you can make aggressive, then violent behavior, fearful, anger. You can make a note wherever you responded aggressively or fearful situation, that make a note. Just you can convert into a positive emotions, how we can trigger or how we can change our emotional relearning, that we can make a note. Yeah, thank you friends. Till now I shared my knowledge on emotional hijacking, how we can convert our emotions in a positive way. It will be helpful to you.
Thank you, Sunanda ji, for the wonderful session. So, participant, you can ask the questions if or doubt anything to the resource person directly.
Thank you so much, ma'am, Sunanda ma'am, for such a wonderful session.
Ma'am, what to do with the people, those who are lack of empathy?
Empathy. We have to teach them. We can relearn, we can teach them, right? What situation you are mentioning? Can you explain that?
I mean, ma'am, for example, like narcissistic people, they are always lacking the empathy. That's why they are self-sufficient, self-centered.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how to deal with that patient, because they always suffering with lack of empathy. So it's very difficult the surrounding people to manage and to work and to live with these kind of people.
Yeah, in life, sometimes we have to avoid toxic people, toxic relations, just to avoid such toxic people. Yeah, I hope I answered your question, no?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
but we can ignore once a while. But if it is like some people say like that, because boss is always right. So most of the time we have seen in the boss profile, and we are working. Somehow we can avoid them in that area. And what's like we are coming back to the our home environment, and there is a person, or we cannot avoid so. So what
Gently,
we
you
can
can
do?
express your feelings. When our boss or life partner, we cannot avoid such situations. Just gently you express what you are expecting from them, how they are behaving, right? In a gentle way, we can express to them. Or else you can give example of others. Just you can tell them, when I am facing you can express in a storytelling. In that way, you can express, right? You should not
Can I
mention
add
directly, but you can express yourself gently.
yeah, can I add some more point to Sunanda ji?
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, Vijay ma'am, so you know very well empathy means we have to put ourselves in their shoes, correct? So those kind characters we cannot expect from others. We can, as a psychologist, we know the how to be empathetic, but the people we have to accept as it is. Like intelligence level, the emotional level also it will differ vary from person to person. So we cannot expect all the people empathetic person. Maybe they will be the sympathetic. They can show their sympathy, but they cannot realize where we are, and they cannot put themselves in our shoes. So they have to get knowledge. Maybe probably like in our family, we can teach our kids and our friends, but in society or as you said in the working environment, we cannot expect everybody will be the empathetic person. So we have to accept as it is. There is no expectation. You should not expect from the people.
Very true, sir.
Thank you, Vijay ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Thank
Sunanda.
you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Vijay Sharma. Yeah, Pramod Shankar. I think Pramod Shankar raised his electronic hand. Can unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah, I think he's not there, Sunanda ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Sunanda ma'am, can I just add to whatever Salim sir has said?
Yes,
Can I
yes,
just say
ma'am.
something?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's actually regarding this one. This is for Mrs. Vijay. Just find out the relationship you have with the person. If it's your boss, you can ignore certain things, but definitely communicate that in a way. Don't react and get angry. Just respond and tell them, take them separately and talk to them. Tell them that you're a little unhappy about what they have been saying. See, sometimes it's always good to ignore, but if it continues, if you're going to ignore it and then the same person is going to keep insulting you, tell them that you're not happy with their their reaction, or whatever, maybe they have been insulting you in front of everyone. But just express that. I think at some point of time, you just need to express that, because it is not going to solve problems. Okay. You cannot change that person. Definitely, I totally agree with the fact that you cannot change some people, but definitely you can take a different attitude. But at some point of time, it's always better to, confront people and tell them that you're not happy with them. Does it answer your question, ma'am? Vijay, ma'am?
I hope so. Thank you. Actually, I don't have this situation,
Yes.
but I have seen one of my friend, and because in married couples, I have seen 2 or 3 couples like that. They got separated and they have filed divorce because they have the same conflict in between, and
Okay.
always the dominant person is like narcissistic person is always wanted to dominate, and he
Okay.
wanted to be the boss, and this is the situation.
See, if certain situations you cannot solve it, I think you just need to, if something is not working out and you're very unhappy with the other person, I think you should go to a counselor. There's a stage when you should go to a counselor and sort it out. Because when things are not working the way you want it, and if that person is not going to be in a position to understand your feelings, I think you should just, go to a counselor. That will be the best thing, a psychologist or, maybe a social worker to help you out. It's very hard. Whatever situation, I can really understand what you're saying. It's hard to live with people like that. Those who don't accept, their faults. It's very hard
All right.
sometimes to
Thank you,
confront them.
ma'am.
Yeah.
It will
Personally.
take time to change them. We cannot
Yes.
change
Yes.
all of a sudden.
Yes.
It will take time.
Yes.
Yeah, I think,
Thank you.
thank you, Anita, ma'am. Sri Priya is asking session on ego management. Sure, Sri Priya. In upcoming sessions, we can take ego management. Yeah, others have any doubt?
I
Yeah,
think there is no
Sri
doubt,
Priya?
Sunanda.
Yes, sir, yes. Sri Priya, you can go for VOT. Are you there?
Sorry, ma'am. I didn't get you. What is it?
You can go
Kindly
for
do the
VOT.
vote of thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. You're asking me to say vote of thanks, right?
Yes, yes. Yes,
Uh,
Nishita, just a minute. Nishita is having some doubt.
Sorry, ma'am. I just kind of mentioned it in the comment box. I was just wondering if we can have another session on trauma-free response, overcoming that, like if there can be some insights about that. That's all, ma'am.
Yeah, sure, man. Upcoming sessions, we can interact on this
Thank you
topic.
so much.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Ripriya, please come forward.
Yeah, thanks for offering me this opportunity, ma'am. I will definitely use this offer in my next session. Please, somebody one else can take over on this session for you.
Okay,
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah. So
Yes,
very
sir,
nice,
please.
wonderful session, Sundaji. Kindly accept our gratitude on behalf of the Deccan Positive Mental Health founder, organizers, and from the associations, other organizations like Manasa Supkara Hyderabad and Forest Creative Studio Punjab and Yellow Pond Counseling and Hyderabad. Once again, I would like to convey our gratitude. Kindly accept it. Participant, we will have yet another session next week, the same day, same time. Until then, thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, Sunanda ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Anita. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye, friends.